Number 5, Nate Bozella. He is joined today by parents Kim and Joe. Quantitative economics major, next year he'll be working with Hall Capital Partners in San Francisco. Number 7, Kyle Cortez. He is joined today by his parents, son Lou. 2021, pursuing a Master's in Innovation and Management. Next year, he'll be working at Guide Point in Boston.
Yeah, you are. Vocal boy. What is it?
Number 32, Peter DiMaria. He is joined today by parents Tony and Peter. An economics major, next year he'll be interning with Bank of America and attending Fordham Gavelli School of Business while continuing his baseball career. Number 99, Luke Gustafson. He is joined today by his parents Cindy and Paul. An economics major, next year he'll be working at PNC Bank in Pittsburgh. Line of seniors moving. Next up, we have number 16, Stephen Landry. He is joined today by his parents, Tanya and Richard. A psychology major, next year he will be working as a sales and service consultant at the College of William and Mary. Number 4, Miles Reed. He is joined today by his parents, Andrea and Carl. Sociology major, next year Miles will be working at the cameos Corporation of America in Woodward. And our final senior, number 29, Michael Volgende. He is joined today by his parents, Liz and Mike. Economics major, next year will be interning in the fall before attending grad school next spring. Gentlemen, the Tufts University Baseball Class of 2022. Thank you all for your hard work and commitment. Congratulations. All the best in your future. for today's regular season finale between the visiting Brandeis University judges and the host Tufts University Jumbos. Now we will bring you the Brandeis University judges starting lineup. Their head coach is Eric Carlson. For Brandeis leading off and playing left field, number 9, Sam Nugent. Batting second, playing right field, number 25, Mike Corey. Batting third and catching, number 7, Luke Paul. Batting cleanup and playing center field, number 5, Dan Fry. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 10, Victor Oppenheimer. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 35, Brian King. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 4, Trudy Show. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 20, Liam Kennedy. Batting ninth and playing first base, number 19, Cam Roberts. We will bring you the Jumbos batting order during the middle of the first inning. Here on senior day.
Bring it up on time when you guys are ready. Here we go.
Direct your attention to the flag out in left field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
20 minutes before this game starts. Big shout out for everyone at Denver.
For the Brandeis leaders, Jumbo Senior Day 2022 here at Mascot Field. It's the left fielder, number 9, Sam Nugent.
Hey, 2-4! Let's go, Tom! Hey, Tom, let's go, Tom! Hey, fill it up, 2-4! Let's go, baby, let's go! 2-4 up, man! Tommy, fill it up, 2-4! Yeah! I got Tom, 2-4! Come, babe. Tom, let's go, baby, let's go! Tommy, let's go, baby. Hey, Tom, hey, shoot straight, 2-4! Come, babe! Here we go, Tom! Man. 2-4! Out of way, 2-4, fill it up, kid! Woo! Let's go, Tom! Come on, Tom, I'm back! Hey, 2-4, 2-4! Tom!
Stay away.
Hey, roll it up, here we go, let's go! Out of that pitch, kid! Hey, spot, Tom! Hey, Tom! Hey, stay one better! Hey! Come on, Tommy!
The right fielder, number 25, Mike Corey.
Hey, 2-4, hey, Tom! Come on, Tom, what up, Tom? Hey, Tom, I'm ready! Hey, roll it up, let's go, baby, let's go! Boy, good check, hey, boy! Hey, Tom, hey, Tom! Let's go, Tom! I'm Tom! Hey, 2-4!
Mike Corey, there are not enough.
Hey, Tom! Hey, Tom! Pump 2-4, let's go, Tom! Tommy, right there, baby! Come on, boy, go, baby! Come on, Tommy! Come on, Tom, come on, Tom! Come on, big fella! We're on 2-4, we're on 2-4! Hey, boy, Tom, baby! Come on, Tom! Hey, 2-4! Tom! Hey, 2-4, hey, 2-4! Here we go, Tommy! Finish him, baby! Come on, Tommy! Go, Tommy! Up top! Tom, look at that, bud. 2-4. Everybody wants 2-4. Here we go. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. Let's go. Come on, Tom. Let's go. 2-4. Here we go, baby. Let's go, Tom. Come on, Tom, now, baby. I'm Tom. I'm Tom. Let's go, Leone. Come on, Tommy. Let's go. That boy. Let's go. Keep shooting strings, that boy. Hey, keep trucking 2-4! Come on, baby, let's go 2-4, finish him, baby! Let's go, Tom! Come on, Tommy, Tom. Go, Tom. Lay down here, Tom. Lay down, baby. Let's go, people. Come on, Tommy. Go, Tommy. Let's go, Tom. Come on, baby.
Go, Tom.
Let's go, Tom. Hey, Tom. What up, 2-4?
Full count.
Nice job, boy. Boy. Win it, Tom. Win it, baby. Win it, kid. Win it up, Tom. Let's go, Tommy.
Be safe, Tom.
Come on, Tommy. Win it, baby.
Hey, Tom.
Come on, Tommy. Tommy. Come on, Tom.
Come on, Tommy.
The catcher, number 7, Tom.
Come on, 2-4, let's go, Tom.
Ready, everyone? Tom, let's go, baby, let's go.
Come on, T-Boy, let's go, baby. You got Tom, here we go, baby.
Hey, Tom, big fella. Go, Tom. Stop playing.
Run, play,
Tom.
Go, Tom. Go, B-boys, 2-4, let's go, baby.
Go, Tom.
Pull it up, Tom. Here we go, Tommy. Come on, 2-4. Come on, 2-4, let's go, babe. Pull it up, babe. Come on, Tom.
Let's go, Tom. He's taking his time.
Come on. Come on, Tommy.
Keep coming, 2-4.
Hey, Tom.
Jack, 2-4.
Come on, baby. Come on, Tommy. Let's
Go, Tommy.
Come on, Tommy. Come on, Tom. That boy! There it is. Come on, Tom! Yeah, fire! Get her under right now, let's go! Let's go, Tom! Come on, let's go! Let's go, Tom!
5, Dan Fry.
Take a shot, you know, Tom! Come on, Tommy!
Hey, Tom, get us in the head, kid.
Tommy!
Go, Turbo Team.
Go, baby! Let's go, Tommy! Tommy! That's it! Come on, Tommy, let's go, 2-4! Hey, Tom! Let's go! Win it, 2-4, let's go, Tom! Hey, Tom! Way ahead, kid!
Try.
What? That boy. Hey, baby, good pitch.
Tommy.
All right, go, Tommy. Let's go, boys, come on, baby. Come on!
Let's now give you the Jumbo's batting order for this afternoon's game here on Senior Day. Reminder, Jumbos head coach is Mark. Now here's the Jumbos lineup. Leading off at playing second base, number 7, senior co-catcher Kyle. Batting second at the field, number 10, Jess Leonard. Batting third, playing first base, number 32, senior co-captain Ethan Neal. Batting fifth, playing center field, number 4, senior co-captain Miles Reed. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 2, Jimmy Evans. Batting sixth, designated hitter, number 33, co-captain Ryan New. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 3, Patrick Solomon. Batting eighth and catching, number 28, Clay Sowell. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 5, Nate Mazzella. And on the mound right now for the Brandeis University judges getting ready to pitch to the Jumbos, batting winners, number 12, Mason Newman. Leading off for the Tufts University Jumbos in the bottom of the first inning, the second baseman, number 7, Kyle Cortez.
Let's go!
Leonard didn't like it.
Hey, Peter, let's go! Come on, Peter! Go, big fella! You say peace? Go, Peter! Let's go, Peter! Here we go, Peter!
First baseman at quarter two, Peter Moran.
Come on, peace, mama!
Batter.
Let's go, Peter! What does it mean?
For the Jumbos, the bottom posted no hits. No Brandeis errors and no runners left on base. In one, we are scoreless. It's getting back to Brandeis at the top of the second. We'll be here for all the time with Brian King and Drew Misha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can crowd here on Senior Day 2022. I want to give a mention to the crowd that we have a food truck as part of today's Spring Fling event that's offering free food, free snacks. They've got everything over there, I've been told, including peanuts and popcorn and Cracker Jack. The Jumbo's baseball team does care if you come back, so go over there, grab some snacks, come on back, and continue watching today's game. Thank you.
There was a reason why they were cut. Hey, Tom! Baseball, Marty picked her right there. Yeah, I know. Some of them I know exactly where they are. They're right there on the board.
Leading off for Brandeis on the top of the second inning, the second baseman, number 10, Victor.
Go, Tommy! Go, Here first, boy.
Oppenheimer explodes one off the bat, but win.
Go,
The third baseman, number 35, Brian King.
Come on, Tommy. Come on, Tommy. 824, 824. Go, Tommy. Tommy. 824. What do you say, Tommy? Come on, Tommy. Here's another one.
The shortstop, number 4, Drew Misha.
Right off the your numbers are up to
Thomas, you ready to finish it in? Yes, sir! Come on! Boy, Tommy, boy!
got two down already. pitch. Right.
Stay down with two, baby. Yep. Good.
Here. Hey, buddy. Cameron. Hey. Oh, baby. Hey, too hard.
Right down the line.
The pitch.
Nice single.
Come on, Tommy, battle down two. Here we go, get tough. Come on, Tommy. Here we go, Tommy.
Go, Tom. Good boy, Tom. Come in.
The designated hitter, number 20, Leon Kennedy.
Say Tom. We say Tom. Tom. Hey, Tom. What up, team? What up, team? What's up? Tommy, let's go, baby. Let's go. Good, Tom. Hey, Tom.
Sorry.
Sure, I mean, he saw
Tommy. Holy Tommy. Go, Steve. Go, Tommy. Let's go, Steve. Come on, baby. What's your point? First, yeah. Watch me. Go, Tom. Go, Tommy. Go, baby. Here we go. Come on, 2-4 down, boys.
Let's go hard. Here we go. Say TVL.
fair enough, but that
Come on, Tommy. Let's go,
in a row where base runner catches him on
You got Tommy. You got baby. Come on, 2-4 down, baby.
1-2-4.
Come on, Tommy. Go, baby.
Let's go, Tom.
Nice pitch. What up, 2-4?
very
2-4. Come on, Tom.
Come on, Tommy.
Two outs. Yogi. Do it again.
Let's go, baby. Come on, 2-4. Good, Tommy. Tom, come on, baby.
Go, Tom. Go, baby.
Come on, Tommy.
Let's go, Tom.
Let's go, Brandon. Come on, baby.
Let's have on it, boys.
Here we go, Tom. Come on, baby. Let's go, Tommy.
That have gone high.
Hey, TVL. Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom.
Has a pitch to spare. Kennedy poised. Ready to keep this inning alive. Here's the pitch.
Poor arrow.
Come on, Tom. Come on, Tom. Come on, Tommy. Let's go, 2-4. Come on, baby.
North.
Oh, the pressure. Let's go, Tom.
Come on, man. Let's go, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Tom. We're in the level large tower over here. Let's go, Tom.
Up top. Great job, Tommy. Good boy, Tom. Great job, Tom. 4. Yes, 4. Going like this. We don't let them just have one.
For the Jumbos at the bottom of the second inning, the center fielder, Miles
Extremely long roadstead to start off the year. As you see with a lot of the athletic programs out here in the D3 world, there's some tournaments, some other pool play road event type style events that go on, and the Jumbos partook in one where they played 15 games on the road, if I remember correctly, and Jimmy Evans had a fantastic performance in all of those, posting a .460 batting average, earned him NESCAC Player of the Week honors. Since then has been, I don't want to say cold, because he has certainly been performing, but certainly not at the same caliber that he started this season off with in that massive roadstead.
This is quite the middle of the lineup, wouldn't you say, having Reed and Evans with the 4 and the 5 hitter?
Well, I actually quite like the change that the Jumbos have put together in this lineup. You have Reed and Evans, who are some of the better contact hitters on this lineup. I mean, you say that and then look at yesterday where Jimmy Evans hit a home run. But regardless as to that, you have some of your better contact hitters when it comes to batting for average, followed by Ryan Noon, who has been a tank for this Jumbos lineup. I mean, right up there with Peter DiMaria for one of the best power hitters in the lineup.
Speaking of power, that one's flying high. And Noon will be out to the left fielder, Nugent.
So, not quite the same power. I mean, just based off of the swing and the way that Noon's body was looking, he was looking to pull that pitch, but when it's off of the end of the bat, there's nothing you can do. It's just going to go that way anyway. And the wind's certainly pushing in favor of these lefties out towards right field. The shorter wall here at Huskins. So when you have power hitters like Cortez and Noon, your lefties in the lineup, even Ben Leonard, certainly working in your favor.
Brendan McFall coming in for this third inning.
McFall's been one of the interesting stories as well for the Jumbos this season. I mean, last year, again, as many of these Jumbos had, he had a fantastic season. Comes in this year looking like the number 2 starter, ends up falling to 3, then back to 2 with the change from Michael Volgende from a starting pitcher to a closer, then back to 3 after Cameron Mayer has an excellent performance. And then after he throws in what was a doubleheader matchup, a 7-inning, 1-run game, establishes himself yet again as the 2 guy. So certainly a fighter in terms of position, but definitely some inconsistencies as well when it comes to what he has on any given day.
Right, hoping for the best. The bats have yet to get going for the Jumbos after an electric Friday. 16 runs. That was record-breaking in some form, correct?
Well, if I remember correctly, did they not have 18 runs the game before that?
Yes, you would be correct.
So maybe not quite record-breaking, but if you look over 2 games, it might be record-breaking. 34 runs in 2 games. That's an absurdity.
You'd almost get bored.
Well, I don't know about that. I think fans and players alike, when your team is putting up incredible run numbers, just hit after hit, you can't do anything but sit and smile.
They did put in quite a few pinch hitters later in the game. Get the whole team going.
Well, as we have said a couple of times now here, it is senior day, and you do have some massive holes that you're going to need to fill at some point for these seniors. I mean, Peter DiMaria, your first baseman, has been a staple for the Jumbos, nothing less than like spectacular this entire season in terms of what he's done both offensively and defensively, but most notably the offense. And you're going to need to replace him, Cortez, both of which are captains. Miles Reed, another huge pinpoint for the Jumbos in the past couple of seasons out in center. So maybe giving some of the younger guys some playing time is a benefit.
Roberts does not get much playing time himself. He's up to bat with a 1-2 count.
I mean, he's listed as a pitcher, yet out here playing first base today. Maybe the judges out here doing some of their own lineup manipulation. Their season hasn't quite gone as well as they would have hoped, especially on the road. They are 2-8 on the road. But in terms of their home record, I believe it's 14-1. Maybe 14-3 as Roberts gets pelted by McFall.
That'll help his OBP as Roberts will close out the rest of the lineup. He gets to first base. Hopefully we don't see him advance to second on another wild pitch or stolen base.
Jinx. If you want Hank to speak again, put in the comments Hank 3 times.
I mean, you just said my name. Does that count?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Maybe for 1. Hank. There you go. You're free.
All right.
Call the game.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be tough if you just had me hanging for the entire game. All right. McFall gets strike 1. No problem. Fastball down the middle. Looks at Roberts on first. Sam Nugent up to bat. Ready? Swings. Pop fly.
listen. No thud, that's on the ground.
Right.
Parking lot score.
I did hear some
Loaded.
oohs from the crowd, though. I think it might have been close to a pedestrian, but I think everyone's okay from what I could see.
I think that we should have been broadcasting our wiffle ball game, Hank, where I hit that foul ball into a moving vehicle. That would have
Yes.
that would have put the parking lot score incredibly high. These guys might need to take some lessons from me here.
Right. Well, we don't want video evidence of you hitting a car with a plastic wiffle ball. They would have never known it was us, regardless, you know?
Yeah,
I'm sure it probably just fell from a tree is what we would have told them.
Right.
Had it done any real damage to
It's
the
that it's that global warming that people are talking about, you know, where rain gets so hot that it becomes wiffle balls.
Yeah. Yeah, that I think I might have read an article on Twitter about that. That seems like something that would circulate.
Now, is this
Very trustworthy source. It was from the Daily, actually. That's how you know.
Oh, the Tufts Daily.
Solomon trying to go for 2. There you go. The Jumbos getting 2 down. Nice and easy. Roberts out at second. Nugent out at first.
5-4-3 double play for those of you keeping score, and that's exactly what you love to see if you're the Jumbos. You get a hit by pitch, so a unearned runner on base, and then erased quickly into double play. He was out well before he got to the bag, even turned out of the baseline. Cam Roberts was beaten by a mile to second.
Here's Mike Corey. See if we can't get some action out of him. If my notes are correct, I should stop saying that, you know?
We'd love to see him not get some action.
Right. Well, he is just 2 home runs away from tying the Brandeis career home run record. Would love to see that for him. He's up there with all of them. But they've got a few games left, so maybe they can do it later.
We'd love to see it for him, but not today.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
You're right. You're right.
That will not be happening, or at least we'd like for it to not happen. I cannot see the future.
0-2 count. His second strikeout of the day. This time he goes down swinging. And that'll be what is otherwise just a perfect hitting record, his 27th strikeout of the year.
And that's what you'd like to see the Jumbos do against Corey. I had him with a big circle around his name as the judge's key player of the game. And if he is staying on ice, then the Jumbos will be in a fantastic position to win this game. He's certainly the kind of hitter that will greatly influence the lineup. But what is the interesting thing? Hank, you did say that he is close to breaking the home run record for Brandeis, 2 away. He is second on the team in terms of his RBIs bet in this season, but that only works well for you if the guys in front of you are getting on base and not grounding into double plays. So the Jumbos are really working this whole lineup exactly how they would like to work on.
Absolutely. I mean, getting Corey down with 2 strikeouts in his first 2 plate appearances is huge. He's leading the team in runs, hits, home runs, also strikeouts, batting average, on base percentage, slugging, and hitting a crazy 1273 OPS.
Well, you can look at that, all of those stats, and what you can base that off of when you hear all the things that he leads in, especially the strikeouts, is it just puts an indication on the kind of game that baseball has evolved into. Now, it used to be more of a batter's game where, in terms of hitting the ball, it's almost always going to go and play, and then you'll have, either a ground out, fly out, or what was predominantly just hits, and you had these high-scoring games into what's become more of a pitcher's duel, especially when it comes to terms of the Jumbos. I mean, they are a huge strikeout pitching team. You see a lot more strikeouts versus home runs, so it's kind of the dichotomy of the sport. Consistent hitting the ball, is it ground out, or is it singles and doubles, or is it strikeouts and home runs? What side of any team are you going to see on a given day?
Here's a strike. And an out. That's a quick relief of Patrick Solomon. He did make it all the way to second base, just going.
That ball was rocket off the bat out there.
You always get a little excited when Solomon's up to plate.
Oh, and one of your first performances on your own home field to start off the season is a walk-off grand slam. How can you not pay attention to any time he comes up at bat?
Here's Clay Sowell. Fouls one off. This will be his 48th at bat on the season. Hitting, compared to his teammates, a quite poor 191 batting average. Makes up for it as on the defensive side. We've seen him save a few, what would have been the 4th and 5th wild pitch of this game. Putting in the extra work.
Yeah, he's certainly a fantastic defensive catcher.
Newman will happily take strike 2. It's a 1-2 count, 1 out. No one on base. Sowell ready to swing. He won't. Takes one high, maybe a little outside. That's a 2-2 count. Sowell takes one. It's tricky contact. It might find the sweet spot, and it does. Right in front of the center fielder. There are about 4 Brandeis judges who could have tried to make a play on that, but alas, it was right in the center of all of them, and Sowell will get on base with his 10th hit on the season.
See, that's just a great piece of 2-2 hitting right there. You have a nice little, kind of a cheap shot of a swing. You're just ahead of it, you're under it, and you get enough on it where it sails past both the shortstop and the second baseman, but doesn't have enough on it that it gets anywhere in range of the left and center fielders. It's a cheeky hit.
Nate Bozella will take a look at the first pitch, and strike 1 for Newman. Sowell lingering on first. Bozella goes right down the third base line. King couldn't get to it, and Sowell will advance head first into third. 2 runners into scoring position, and going right into the top of the line, exactly who you want to see, Kyle Cortez, up to the plate.
And you absolutely love that out of Bozella, a guy who hasn't seen a whole lot of playing time, has had a couple of appearances, but not a whole lot of playing time this year with the way that Ozzie Fleischer had been playing up until this point. Coming in, what I'm going to choose to say is more than just a choice for senior day. I mean, Ozzie Fleischer was cold, and Bozella's always ready to go off the bench, and certainly made it known with that hit. That's a little dribbler down the line, but just enough on it where it stays fair over the third base. King diving, couldn't pick it up, and with the speed that Bozella provided, I mean, it was just a free double.
Absolutely. Broke to the left of the third baseline just at the right time. Cortez takes one. It's going back. The wind, is it helping? Right at the warning track. That's caught. And Sowell will happily trot in on the sacrifice fly from Cortez. That's 2 down for the Jumbos.
And that's what you get out of Cortez. I mean, he's a big power-hitting bat, walks back towards the dugout. He's shaking his fists. He knows he did well on that one. He was a couple feet short of a home run. Wind, is pushing in his favor, but just not enough on that ball to produce anything more than a sac fly. But, I mean, if you're the Jumbos, you still take 1 run on the board, not to mention Bozella advancing to third, and now you have Ben Leonard, who's got some very similar pop in his bat.
Here it goes. Right over, it's over the wall, and fair. Home run, Ben Leonard. Taking 2 runs in, including himself. Just the electric play the Jumbos were waiting for. They go up with their 3rd run of the inning.
And as I was saying, that's the exact kind of thing that you get out of Ben Leonard. He's been proving it throughout this season that when he comes up, he has the ability to swing the bat and just provide a little bit of extra oomph that the Jumbos have been missing, especially in those later innings that he's seen all season long. And now that he's in the lineup, he's making it known earlier on in games. Cortez a couple of feet short of a home run. Leonard pulling that ball a little bit more towards the 309 marker and out in right field. The wind at his back. He's got power in his bat, and nothing more you can say other than it's out of here.
Talk about discouraging. After giving up 3 runs in quick succession, Newman now has to face Peter DiMaria, who leads the team in RBI, though the only runner he's batting in is going to have to be himself.
I mean, that's not much of a challenge for him. I've seen this man absolutely crush balls out to left center, all the way in left field. I mean, that one's hit a mile high in the air. That's just an attest to his power.
Oppenheimer calls his teammates off. He'll end the inning. Peter DiMaria pop out to second base. But 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd for the Jumbos, and now they're well ahead. Looking for some continued good pitching from McFall.
Certainly, Hank, certainly. Jumbos strike first, putting 3 on the board. I mean, they were down in the hit battle, 2 hits to no hits, and then they put up 3 hits and 3 runs, capped by the Ben Leonard home run. Love to see it from these Jumbos earlier on in games, proving what I've been continuing to say all game long, despite the fact that we're in the 3rd inning. I mean, you really just can't attest to it enough how much the Jumbos have changed in their past couple of games. I mean, it's a true statement to their mentality, to their way that they approach the game. I mean, if they keep this kind of a team going into what's going to end up being NESCAC playoffs, they're going to be one heck of a team to come up against, despite being one of the lower seeds in playoffs.
Right, and that was Ben Leonard's 2nd home run in just 16 hits. Quite the slugger.
I believe it's his 2nd home run of the week.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think he had one on Wednesday.
It's a good time to get hot. Speaking of hot, the sun really needs to carry the load on the weather side of things right now. The wind is, man, it really picks up.
It's always windy here. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm convinced that Medford has some sort of a tornado circling around it that we just can't see, which is constantly blowing winds out here. I mean, there's not a single day where I have gotten out of bed and started walking to class and said, damn, that's 15 miles per hour at the least.
Yes. We're quite the meteorologists. Precipitating wiffle balls and magical tornadoes.
Mechanical engineer, Hank. Mechanical engineer.
All right.
I feel like I'm somewhat entitled to make up the weather as I please, so long as I make up for it with knowing what exact model of spring you're using in your pen.
I mean, I don't want you designing my wind turbines, though.
I thankfully have no interest in wind turbines.
You hate the earth. I get it.
I did not say that, sir.
I don't
Listen,
know.
Not everyone is a vegetarian and wants to save the planet one cow at a time. I'm a huge fan of the steakhouse.
McFall backing off the mound, taking his time. He's behind in the 2-1 count. Or even. Is that behind for a pitcher?
I
now
mean,
he's behind.
3-1 is certainly behind. 2-1, I'd call it a hitter's count. I wouldn't call it the pitcher being behind. You do still have, 2 pitches in either direction towards either a strikeout or a walk.
Has to get one over the plate. Here he goes, and no. Not close.
I mean, it was over the plate after it bounced 6 inches in front of it.
This is not cricket, Jordan. I don't know if you had noticed.
Maybe we should adapt that rule from cricket. Maybe it would make the game more interesting, Hank.
Yeah. I can deal with robo umpires, I can tolerate the runner on second and extra innings, and I definitely appreciate like the expanded roster, stuff like that. But I don't know if bouncing the ball over the plate could do it for me.
Wow. Coming out here with all your hot takes on baseball. I mean, next thing you're going to tell me that you're upset about the overtime rule change in football. Both teams getting a possession, absurd.
I'm just saying you can just play defense. I mean, it's half the game, right?
That's what you would say as a Vikings fan.
Yeah, it's our best hope. Only, how about the defensive play each other? That way we have Daniil Hunter and Zadarius Smith as linemen going up against some poor defensive lineup.
Did take a hit by losing Xavier Woods. But I mean, you drafted Kyle Hamilton. He's pretty good.
I feel like we cycle through rookie. As soon as we need to re-sign, we just let him go.
I'm going to correct myself. I quickly realized that Kyle Hamilton was drafted to the other purple team, the Ravens, after remembering that the Vikings traded back for the 32nd pick. But this isn't football. This is baseball. And McFall's in a 3-1 count, potentially looking to suffer another walk, put 2 unearned men on the bases.
Last time in this situation, he pitched one 5 feet in front of the plate. And this one's not quite as low, but still low enough for ball 4. That's 2 runners on. McFall still trying to find his groove. It is just his second inning. He is in the relief appearance for Leone.
If you're the Jumbos, I think you're coming into this one saying double play depth. I mean, obviously you have a conversation with your guy here. I'm a fan of this quick mound visit. You talk to your guy, you say, hey, 0 outs, 2 men on, but you still got this. Like, you have multiple double play options. You have third, second first, second first. Like, everything is open to you right now. Just anything on the ground is working in the Jumbos' favor.
Oppenheimer waiting his time to step up to the plate. Had a quick fly out to the outfield his last time up. Also made the half-inning ending play in the top of the 4th. No, bottom of the 3rd. They are the away team. That'd be incredible if he made an inning-ending play against his own team.
I mean, you could just call that an out.
Okay.
Yes, that would also strikeout would end it for his team.
That would also be very
squaring
bad.
Bunt.
He gets it. McFall goes. Can't tag, but it'll get him out easy at first. But it advances both runners, Hall and Fry. Oppenheimer, he did his job.
Yeah. Down 3 runs, I think that's the right play there. Despite whatever you might have out of your captain, Victor Oppenheimer, you still try to do whatever you can to put those runners ever closer to coming home. So I'm a fan of the bunt there. Worked successfully for them. No play was able to be made by the time McFall got the ball out. I mean, it just hit the bat, dropped fair. If you're Oppenheimer, you can, I don't want to say that you can casually walk over to first base knowing that you've done your job right, but you can certainly smile as you're getting down there.
Brian King takes one close inside, doesn't get hit. He was the lone bright spot yesterday for the Judges. Had 2 hits, 2 RBI, which accounted for half of the team's runs. He takes one right down the middle. That'll advance Hall to home, and Fry easily standing up. That's another 2 runs batted in for the 2nd day in a row for King.
And that's exactly why you ask Oppenheimer to bunt. You get your 2 guys already on the bags in scoring position. You have your best performer from yesterday. I mean, you can assume that he's going to perform the same yesterday as today. I mean, it's only a 24 hours difference. Sure, a lot can change, but when you're hot, you stay hot. And King certainly proved that with his last at-bat.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not, as the great Jerry Reed once said. Is he great? I don't know. Safe on the pickoff move. Di Maria talks with the umpire for a bit. He really thought he got him, and from this angle, I might believe him.
I mean, well before the umpire said anything out there in the infield grass, Di Maria was like, yes, I got him.
Another ground ball, trying to turn 2, unassisted at second is Bozella. Gets the second play. Hey, ball don't lie, Jordan. Ball don't lie.
No, it does not, Hank, and that's my personal favorite kind of a double play. You know, people are a fan of the 5-4-3, the 6-4-3. Nah, the 6-6-3 double play is where it's at. I do have to say a close second would also be the 3-6-3 or the 3-4-3, but big fan of the 6-6-3.
I'm the biggest fan of the 8-2.
The 8-2?
The fly out to center.
That's
two.
So that's an 8-8-2.
Gets him at
an 8-2 is
8-8-2, sure.
Heck, it's like you
How
don't
are
even.
you
It's like you
scoring
don't
your
even
sheet?
keep the book.
I'm doing it right now.
Well, clearly incorrectly. I mean,
I-
if you
for
fly up to
honest,
center,
I
that's
usually
8,
do.
and then if center fielder throws to the catcher to get the out at home, that's 8, and then 8-2 on the relay.
Sure. But, okay, so unassisted first baseman, do you do
3-U.
3-3? Okay.
I would put 3U and then a subscript 2 for a double play. But in terms of a catch out and then throw out, you gotta, I believe you'd put 8-8-2.
See, I just
If I'm doing that wrong, I've been doing it wrong for
it doesn't
17
matter,
years.
as long as you're the only person looking at it. See, I put U6-3 for that last one.
U6-3?
Unassisted, shortstop to first base.
Oh, that's certainly. I mean, we could argue about this for days, but why do that? Oh?
I actually use Greek lettering. If Riley has something to say, I do not care. He is not on the mic. Don't even say it
okay,
on the
fine.
air.
I won't entertain. I was gonna take a poll from everyone we got out
Unless
here
he's
right now
supporting
for
me,
what they
but I doubt
graded.
that.
He's actually supporting neither of us.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, then it
I'm
definitely
gonna get that poll. I'll be back in a quick second.
a poll of everyone here.
Poll of what everyone standing outside on this broadcast ruled that last play.
I am all by myself now, as Jordan tries to make a point. Newman still pitching. Reed takes one low. It's a 1-1 count. It's quite the debate. Excuse me. Feel free to put in the YouTube comments. And if you don't agree with me, then maybe don't, actually. If you agree with me, show your support in the YouTube comments. If you don't, then privately email somebody else. Reed takes one, line drive, right in front of center field. Great stop by Fry to keep it from going past him, but that will be a single for Miles Reed.
Yeah, that's certainly one heck of a single. I mean, that was a scorcher off the back. That's right, folks. I'm back. I have recorded some answers for the polls, and Hank, I think neither one of us is
correct.
What?
You got one. You pulled one person.
No, I pulled 3 people,
Three
and
people.
I got 2
Okay.
answers.
Okay.
And,
Okay. I would like to hear the 2 answers. Go ahead.
So I've been told that there are a couple of correct answers here.
Okay.
The other people out here scoring recorded that double play as a 6-3 parentheses unassisted 6 for
That sounds like
2 outs from the
mine,
shortstop.
but longer.
They did say a 6-6-3
Jimmy
is
Evans!
also acceptable. That's a no doubter.
No doubt. I'm sorry for hesitating. My goodness. I should have known that was gone before he even made contact. 2 runs for Evans. Miles Reed will trot in as well. And the Jumbos are now up 5-2.
I mean, off the bat, you could hear it, you could see it, you can watch it all the way, but my favorite thing as a commentator, or just as a general fan of the game, is when they show you those outfielders. When you have your right fielder and Corey taking a look, just watching that ball sail, casually jogs over like he can try and make a play, but no, that one was way out of here.
Four runs coming off of two-run homers. Continuing the hitting streak is Ryan Noon, as he'll dribble one right over the shortstop for a single.
And the Jumbos have come alive. They are rolling into action here today, Hank, and it is only the 4th inning. Still got 5 more innings to play after this. What does that mean for what they have in store? I mean, that's 5 runs, 4 innings, and 0 outs. I mean, it could even change in this own inning. Like, you're on pace for, what, minimum 12? That's another double-digit run game for the Jumbos. If everything goes according to stat projections, linear movement of what would happen here. I'm running out of math terms. Hank, pick me up here. Come on.
Sabermetrics.
Good enough. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick Solomon.
Spin rate, rotations per second.
Patrick Solomon up at bat. He's a fellow engineer, Hank.
Oh.
Biomedical.
Nice. Which you also do, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. I do also do that.
Here's the bunt.
Oh, he has
He'll
time.
get on
Oh, he
set.
has time.
Oh, goes foul. Good patience by King.
That was incredibly risky. That ball was sitting on the line the whole way. The wind's blowing opposite where that ball would have had to have moved to go out of bounds. Wow.
I mean, I think he had he knew he had no chance if he's picking that ball up.
Ugh.
I bet he was ready to get down on all fours and blow on it, try and send a foul.
Wasn't that ruled illegal? I feel like it happened once and that's all you can do.
This is D3 baseball, baby. Anything can happen.
Oh, that ball's falling quickly.
Fly out. To the left fielder, Sam Nugent. That's 1 down. Now up to the plate, Sowell. He got in on a double from Bozella. No, a sacrifice fly from Cortez last inning.
Yeah, double moved him over to third. Cortez's sac fly brought him home, and then Bozella came by immediately after that on the double. Is that a piece of cotton candy? Hey, you see that?
Where?
You see that blue fluff going around on the?
Well, they also have blue jerseys and sweatshirts, so maybe.
But that's fluff, Hank. That's
No, I think you see there's a woman
I see
with
it.
a
There's several fans out there with the boas.
yes.
I do see that.
Oh, good. Way to pull the fashion term right out. I wouldn't have been. I was going to say the feather necklace.
My mom's high school best friend. He's in fashion. Know some things.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. My distant family friend is in fashion, so I know what a boa is.
I mean,
I believe it.
just because you don't retain the same information that I do doesn't mean that it ain't true.
It's all Newman. Gives up his first ball. It's a 1-2 count. Sowell up to the plate.
I think I have my answer, Hank. I think that I thought it was cotton candy because the fans out there didn't bring us food from the food truck.
We're hungry.
Hungry for some
Speaking
homers.
of hungry, oh yeah. Sowell's looking eager. Oh, it was a curve.
Oh.
Going for the steal, out by a mile is Noon. Oh, but he dropped the ball. Oppenheimer had him out by feet, but couldn't hang on. It's an easy call for the umpire.
See, I'm not sure if you can call that a drop ball so much as Noon running into that glove with force just knocked it loose. It's
Weight room, baby, weight room.
just a big hit. I know this is baseball. We have mentioned football, once on this broadcast, but I might rule that a tackle.
You can do that in soccer as well.
Noon punch out ball for the fumble. Is there a way to score that?
Cars.
Watching and no.
Woo,
Wait, on the bounce? No.
No.
Second
oh,
bounce.
there's a moving car.
Third
the
bounce.
Chevy.
Fourth.
Wow, good braking.
That was fantastic driving out there.
I believe that's an Impala, a Chevy Impala. Good brakes on those sedans. If you're in the market for a Chevy, or a sedan, I should say, then go Chevy. I mean, it'll save you from a dent you will never be able to see on your car from now.
Oh,
Sowell looking a little trip up in center field, but he's, oh no, another drop ball from Fry. Sowell will get the double and advance the runner to third. Unfortunate for Fry. You could see him right off the jump. He stumbled in the grass, then had to go for the diving play. Had it in his glove, but the impact drops it out, and it'll still just be 1 out with 2 runners in scoring position for the Jumbos as they continue on this streak of an inning.
That's just another one of Clay Sowell's hits for today. 2 for 2 now. It's the second time that he has now just hit a pop-up to shallow, way shallow in the outfield, and no one's able to pick it up. You had a diving fry that time, or maybe sliding. I don't quite remember. I think it might have been sliding now that I
Now, Jordan, did you get confirmation if that was a hit rather than an error?
It was for sure a hit. I have it written down. Oh, fantastic. Let's go, Bozella. Love to see it. Base hit brings home another run. The 4th inning is Jumbo's territory here. Judges put up 2. Judges say, Jumbos, excuse me, say, no, that's not going to do. We can't have that, and put up 3 of their own with another run 90 feet away on the bags. They're looking to add another one, and who else would do it other than Cortez, who already has one on the day?
Right back to the top of the lineup. Brandeis just leaving Newman out there, despite the Jumbos really just teeing off him. He gets strike 1.
Not sure if I would quite say teeing off, but they're certainly making this look like BP. You know, if you have a tee, you expect every ball to just be launched, much like that one.
Didn't quite have the impact of some of his others, but that's his second sacrifice fly on the day. Kyle Cortez says, hey, that's me. That's an RBI. And now that's where those early outs become so valuable, because what could be an inning ender just turns into a sacrifice and another run on the board for the Jumbos, as they've got 7 to Brandeis' 2.
So I got 2 things to say about that. First, Kyle Cortez with his second sac fly of the day, and the second time that he, after recording a sac fly, he's out and he doesn't care. He's happy with what he's done. He's put another run on the board for the Jumbos, and that's just a great mentality to have as a player. That's why you get the playing time. That's why you're in status as a captain, because you're not, you know, I'm not going to say selfish versus selfless, but in terms of like what actually happens there, that's just fantastic. Like, you get out, doesn't matter, your run comes home, and you're just happy that you were able to do what you could do for the team. Second thing has since faded, as I was going to say. You now have more runners on base for Ben Leonard. Not quite going to get the same amount of contact that he had his last time up when he hit a home run grounding out there, but still, 4 runs on the board is a fantastic number to put up for the Jumbos. Now up 7-2. Excuse me, I can't read. 7-2.
There are too many runs to keep track of.
Absolutely, and you love to see that if you're the Jumbos here, putting up a 5-run lead going into the 5th inning. And I will be right back in a second. I believe I'm getting an official answer as to our discussion.
Technically, you were right, but here's the exact. This is from the website procasting.com. The correct answer.
We're getting these results from procasting.com.
More times than not, however, broadcasters refer to this as a 6-3 double play.
What's the word, Jordan?
The word is, I am correct.
Sure.
According to
very believable.
Growcasting.com.
You know, I think I see a 20 poking out of his pocket that you might have slipped him.
Please, Hank. I carried nothing less than nothing greater than a $10 bill around. According to Growcasting.com, it is ruled.
You have a guess wallet on the table right now. I cannot believe that's a true.
This was a gift, actually. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But it was officially ruled as or not officially ruled. It should be ruled as a 6-6-3 double play, but more often than not, commentators misannounce it as a 6-3 unassisted double play. Therefore, on a scorecard, it should be ruled a 6-6-3 double play, and I am correct. I would like to shout out Gary Cohen for all of your announcements on Mets broadcasts for proper scorecard analysis, and thank you. Learned that one from you.
See, I'm not bogged down in the details or stuck in tradition. I look to the future. There's a 3-1 ground out. DiMaria to McFall. That'll relieve Kennedy quickly in this 5th inning. That was quite the discussion over. I'm glad we got that solved. Mm-hmm. Am I happy with the answer? No.
I am.
But I trailblaze my own path. Hard grounder.
You gonna
to Cortez? He'll take it nicely. Out number 2, very efficient for McFall.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
Right, 2 pitches, 2 outs, and now he faces Sam Nugent at the top of the lineup.
Now, Hank, we've been told, or we've seen immaculate innings. 9 pitches,
Okay,
3 strikes, 3 strikeouts.
Yet. Don't jinx it yet.
But
no. Okay.
what would you rule, or what would you call 3 pitches, 3 outs? Can't call it immaculate. That one's already taken. It's also been referred to as a perfect inning. So what do you call it?
Oh, so close. 4 pitches, 3 outs. Cortez again is there with the athletic play, and they make it look easy. Wow, that was about 60 seconds of playtime.
Did you see that vertical out of Brandon McFall? I mean, he got up, lost his hat in the process trying to get that one. Cortez making a great defensive play behind him, but he was in the air. That was incredible. 4 pitches, 3 groundouts. I mean, spectacular inning. What word do you use for 3, and then what word do you use for 1 extra pitch after that?
Oh, interesting. That's going to be tough. So I think the 3 pitch, I think I'll take. Do you have insight on this? I need to think of my answer.
I do not.
I'm still workshopping it in my head. I'm not quite as good as Andrew Howe, who really just off the top of his head, he came up with the classic 5th inning flex, of course. And being the 5th inning flex, that is, it's time for the JumboCast traditional how many of the visiting mascot, which is the judges. Interesting, a lot of factors to consider. How many of them will it take to take down a Tufts Jumbo? Jordan, what's your answer?
I've spent a lot of time thinking about this coming in today, as it is JumboCast tradition. And I have a couple of answers depending on what kind of a judge we're dealing with here.
All right.
Now, if we're just talking about your basic average judge, I'm thinking that no amount of judges will ever be able to come at a jumbo. I mean, what do they have? They have a gavel. What are you going to do? Like, that's not going to do anything.
That is on the Brandeis logo, so I do expect them to have gavels.
That will have no impact hitting an elephant. I mean, it will just trample you.
DiMaria pokes one right through third base and shortstop for his single.
Speaking of trample, he got all over that ball.
There you go.
Okay, so if it's that kind of, your average judge, I don't think you're getting anywhere.
So
now,
you don't
if
think
we're talking
even
about
like 1,000?
No. What are they going to do? You're going to get smacked around. Like, when I'm thinking of a jumbo, I'm thinking of a big elephant comparable to the size of the Lord of the Rings war elephants.
Okay, how about comparable to the size of the specific jumbo that existed in P.T. Barnum's circus?
That's still a pretty big elephant. You have 1,000 people. Right. I mean, it's not like,
Okay, so no, give me. I want to know.
I'm not going to take the same stance that Scott did, where you stack them four mascots high. you're not going to get anywhere.
15 stacks of 4 judges.
We'll not be doing anything against an elephant. I mean,
Okay.
it has tusks, it has its trunk, and then it's just its general size and strength. Like, your gavel hitting isn't going to do anything. However, that ball is hit very well. That might fall. Oh!
Good grab.
Fantastic running play out there in right field from Mike Corey, going to rob Miles Reed of what could have easily been a double.
And Di Maria ran all the way to the base, had to come trotting back. So, Jordan, now
I will give my answer.
Okay. Keep
so,
going.
I've
Keep
said,
going.
standard judge, not going
Don't
to do
let the
anything.
baseball
However,
interfere
if we
with
talk
this
about
decision.
the world's most famous judge being Judge Judy, she has enough money to hire whatever kind of a poacher you need to take down an elephant.
Oh.
So I think if you consider
think about that
external
angle.
factors, like how much she gets paid to run, this is like 20-ish seasons of her show, then she
Probably
definitely...
more.
Exactly, it even could be more. Then she would have enough of a capability in order to hire the right people in order to take down a jumbo. So, pseudo judge being able to do it, and it would take one of her. That's my theory.
Jimmy Evans, hard line drive. That'll drop. Mike Corey still tracking, has yet to pick it up. Evans stays at 2, but will hit in Di Maria from first base. That's the 8th run on the board for the Jumbos.
Absolutely fantastic day from Jimmy Evans. He grounded out his first time up, and since then has recorded 3 RBIs on a home run, now a double that split the right center gap. That's just excellent hitting from Jimmy Evans. I think he might have heard me talking about him earlier in the game when I said he was cold and said I won't take that. No. We're gonna turn it on right now, and here he is, 2 for 3 on the day, 3 RBIs, looking to score his second run of the day if Noon manages to bat him in, much like he did, or get a hit as he did his last time up.
Noon, it's high. Plenty of time for Nugent. He's got it. 2 outs down. Evans stranded on second for the time being. Now, okay, so going back, real judges, because I imagine Brandeis is not named after Judge Judy. That's
Probably not, otherwise they would be
I've yet to research that and get sources, but I believe that's true.
I will take that same side, Hank. I think if they were named after Judge Judy, they wouldn't be called Brandeis.
Poking it out into left is Solomon, and Evans comes home. Slides, but didn't need to. And the jumbo bats are real hot right now.
I think that might have ended up being a closer play at the plate than the third baseman King thought. He cut off that relay throw in from Nugent, and I don't know. I think there might have ended up being a little bit of a closer play at the plate than we thought, but regardless, cut off. Evans comes in to score. The Jumbos have now put up runs in 3 consecutive innings, extending their lead 9-2 off of a great base hit from Patrick Solomon.
Newman's still in there. I mean, no mound visits yet. Call it confidence, call it acceptance is probably the better term from Brandeis.
Well, if you're the judges, you got hammered yesterday. I mean, you slaughtered even. I don't know what word you would like to use to the level of defeat that you suffered going down 16-4, and things are looking similar here. You might, as you said, just accept the fact that you're behind and let your starter, who's getting shelled through not even a complete 5 innings, just try and get through as much as he can, buy enough time for some reliever as we see some players out in the Brandeis bullpen starting to warm up. We see a catcher suiting up, some stretches coming out from an unnamed player. We'll try and get you a name as soon as we can.
And
out in the bullpen.
Not much of a break either. We had that 4-pitch inning from the jumbo defense. So Newman really, I mean, in the time that it took him to sit down on the bench in the dugout, he probably had to go right back out for this 5th inning.
Do we ever come to an agreement as to what you would call that? 4 pitches, 3 outs?
Oh, no, I haven't. We'll get back to it after I pose my, okay. I'll try and do it quick because this inning might end soon. But say
we
jumbo.
can come back for We can go back for a 6th inning sit down
Yeah.
and come up with an answer.
Oh my. You thought of that beforehand.
No,
No?
no, that was on the spot.
Off the dome again? Wow. Sowell, that one's out of play. Still a 2-2 count, 2 outs.
See, as much fun as I have watching home runs, I think I might have more fun watching just high pop-ups. Because if you see it from
That's
the
a
start
crazy
and you get
thing
to,
to say.
I know, but if you see it from the start and you get to watch it go all the way up and then fall, like, especially as an engineer, when you talk about physics and things pausing for a second at its apex and then it fall, and you can actually see that for real, it's kind of a fun thing to watch.
Newman finally gets out of the inning. Nice strikeout, but definitely discouraged from giving up another 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, as we will move on to the judges, who have got, let's see, Corey up. Hopefully he can put some energy into this Brandeis team. But, okay,
Now we're here. It's the 6th inning sit down.
actual judge, actual Jumbo, but they're in the court of law. Say, petty theft. What do you think? He's pure. Jumbo was pure of heart and would never be.
No, Jumbo
convicted of
would
anything.
never. Well, I mean, of
But
course you have.
maybe it's kind of a suspect judge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could ever convict Jumbo of some crime. Jumbo was pure of heart, as you said, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember. There was a movie. It was a Disney animated movie with a bull. I can't remember the name of it. And it's the word for, I mean, you have a bull in a china shop, it breaks everything down, right? I can't remember what the name for that kind of a crime would be, but I think that would be the only thing you could try and get Jumbo on. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances
sure.
where they're,
Yeah.
you have something that's too large that it pivoting would tear down
Yes.
anything that you have. I still think you couldn't convict, because how is Jumbo going to get through an opening statement? I mean, I'm pretty sure Jumbo didn't speak English. Or any other audible language for that matter.
There's a famous quote from Jumbo, actually. They once said, after every strikeout from Tufts, it plays over the intercom, actually.
I'm quite familiar with that one, especially when you have pitchers like Cameron Mayer, who threw 13 strikeouts in his outing 2 outings ago. But I'm not sure if I'd call that a quote. So what I'm hearing is we've come to an agreement. Jumbo beats Judge.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's almost never a question when you have an elephant.
I mean, 15 stacks of 4 bantams. Maybe it's questionable.
Right. It's never a question of 1v1. It's always a question of just how many it takes.
How many of the other?
And I think once you get past 100, then it's basically a win for. Maybe that should be actually no. That doesn't spur
hundreds
conversation.
of
Well,
opposing
could
Mascot?
100 of the other Mascot win? But
Well, I think
No,
then
I
you would
think it's
encounter
not.
some problems with like baits.
the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think 100 Bobcats might be able to take
Yeah,
one
I think they
elephant. But in terms of a 1v1, Team Jumbo all the way.
Yeah. Are there any like aircraft
See,
carriers?
Here's the better question. And
Like what's Coast Guard? They're Bears, I think.
they are Bears.
Good hit by Mike Corey, gets him out of his 2 strikeout slump.
McFall had been working pretty cleanly up until that point. I mean, he did give up the 2 runs that have been recorded for this Judges lineup, but his first time out, he got Corey swinging, and that's kind of the guy that you need to keep down in this lineup, so this is going to be an interesting turning point potentially for the Judges, as that pitch is going to get away from Sowell and Corey's going to move on to second. As to whether or not that one hit sparks a light in Corey that gets this whole lineup going and tries to pick them up being down 7 runs in the 6th inning.
Luke Hull, the grad student, leads the team in walks.
It's a good stat to lead in.
He's got 1 ball to his name. Here's pitch number 2. Another ball, too low.
See, when it comes to the Mascot battle, Hank, I want a Tufts v. Amherst matchup where we can talk elephant v. elephant.
Oh yeah, what is the correct term for that type of animal?
Great question. I think they're mammoths. Are they mammoths?
No, I feel like it's like a
mammoths.
long name. Like a paleodon or something. Well, no. Oh, they're the mammoths. No, I'm saying what type of animal are mammoths and elephants?
Well,
Search that. You're
they're
in
both-
Google right
they're
now.
both
Search it.
elephants. What do you want me to search?
Search what type of animal are mammoths.
Interesting. It says mammoths. Who could have possibly guessed that mammoths would be categorized as mammoths or a type of prehistoric elephant?
All right.
Certainly not me.
Tufts now taking a mound visit after 2 runners get on. A much shorter leash for them as compared to Brandeis, who's very happy with Newman just pitching away.
Despite having a 7-run lead, the Jumbos are still looking to get some other pitchers into the game. We have seen some action in the bullpen. I believe that is Jack Schwartz out there warming up. And I'm kind of a fan of this decision. You know, you do have a starter in McFall out there who came in relief due to senior day and Tommy Leone coming out and starting. McFall's going to stay in for now, however. But I do think that as you approach this playoff point where you need some of your pitchers at their best, you need to take some of those relievers like Schwartz, who's been one of the staples in the bullpen all season long, and give him an appearance and see what he can do and see if you can get him in a nice state of mind and his arm in a good position to continue to be performing to the caliber that he has been playing all season long as you head into this playoffs where it's, you know, lose a game and you're out.
Proboscideans is what I was looking for.
Proboscideans.
Yes. Obviously, totally common knowledge that just slipped my mind.
Yes, my bad. How could I ever not know that? It's my fault.
Mound visits seem to work as McFall gets 1 strike over. Hall and Corey on base, no outs. Fry up to the plate. Gets 1 swinging. Nice breaking ball.
Fry 0 for 1 with a walk today. Hasn't seen a whole lot of pitches his time out here, although this is only his 2nd time facing McFall, who walked him his last time up. Falls ahead now, though. We'll see how he faces this 1-2 approach.
Looked like a changeup from McFall. Good contact from Fry.
Good contact, but a better job by the fans out there in the bleachers. That one went straight back. You had 2 groups of fans who dodged the bounces from that ball. Glad to see that they're okay.
Fry leads the team in RBI, so this is the situation you love to see him in. He'll stay alive in the 1-2 count.
See, as much as the judges love to see him in this position with a runner on, he's nowhere near caught up with anything that McFall has thrown towards him. So if you're the Jumbos, you love to see that more. Because now all it takes is 1 off-speed pitch or 1 perfectly positioned fastball to just get Fry swinging.
And plenty of space to work with, only 1 ball in the count. McFall, here he goes. Too low. Good defense by Sowell.
See, that's the kind of pitch you want to throw, though. You don't want to give Fry anything in the zone, as you said, leads the team in RBIs, so that's not what you want to do. You don't want to give him a pitch to swing at that he could put in play. You want to give him something to swing and chase.
And if you're Fry, you don't want to ground out into a double play.
Oh, of course, never.
Here's one. Runners tag up. And they'll have to stay. A left field fly out for Fry will relieve him. That's the first out on the board for McFall in the top of the 6th.
Leonard not known for his arm out there in left, so you do have the potential to maybe tag up from second to third if on a fly out to left field, but that ball is just too shallow. Smart base running strategy out there from Corey to not go and tag up to third, but now the double play ball ends the inning, so things have become far more dangerous now for the judges, and definitely a big momentum swing in favor of the Jumbos. Still dangerous, as you do have 2 runners on, but potential is there.
Oppenheimer, last time he was up, advanced runners on first and second with a bunt. This time there's 1 out. Doesn't look like he'll be going for the same move.
Well, you can't bunt with 1 out.
Right.
With 1 out,
No
the
sac
sac bunt.
flies.
Yeah, exactly. You eliminate the possibility of a sac fly. So you'd rather just swing and see what happens. Miraculously, that avoided the giant crane it was next to. That foul ball had easily the biggest piece of machinery out in the parking lot standing right in front of it and just bounced around it.
Oppenheimer with 0-2 count, advantage McFall. Goes for something tricky, but it's a wild pitch, and runners will advance. So didn't even need the bunt. Now Oppenheimer is the man to get the runners in scoring position home.
Sal did everything he did there, he could there to try and keep that ball in front of him. In fact, it was still in front of him, but that just had too much spin that after it hits off of that chest protector, it just rolled away from him far enough for the runners to advance, and the double play ball has now since been removed.
Tell me, Jordan, how are we getting cloud cover right now? There's so much blue sky.
Well, if you look out to your right, Hank, there's a lot
there
of
are clouds? Yeah,
there,
okay.
there are a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm sorry I
clouds.
asked. I'm sorry I asked.
Not a
Didn't need a snarky answer.
Not a
Jeez.
welcomed sight for anyone at Tufts today. It is spring fling, and you'd like the concert to be uninhibited, but cloud coverage will make it colder. And
Oppenheimer gets the
wear.
sacrifice hit as he grounds out to Cortez on the just had really needed to get his bat in front of that ball, and the velocity does the work. So the wild pitch does matter quite a bit. It does get a runner in. Now 2 outs. McFall with a chance to end the inning on this batter. It's King up to the plate.
Yeah, and the Jumbos are happy to trade off the run there for an out. I mean, you had 2 on and no out, and now you have 1 runner on third with 2 outs. You do sacrifice that 1 run coming home on the fielder's choice, but you are okay with that, you know, with a 6-run lead, or a now 6-run lead.
McFall, 0-1 count. King gets the tiniest bit on it, and Sal will catch. That's 2 strikes, no balls, 2 outs. Here he goes. McFall versus King. Brian King has 37 hits on the season. Make that 38 with today. Tracking is Di Maria. He's made athletic plays in the past, but this one is way out of reach. Bounced. No cars, is what I'm hearing.
This might be the lowest parking lot score game to date. 0.
Well, don't jinx it. There are still 3 innings left to play.
Well, I mean, I would like to jinx it. I'm pro making a graphic that keeps tally of the parking lot score.
Staying alive is King. It's got to be a good pun for King. Oh, also, I still haven't thought about that 3 pitches question.
Well, you still have all game to come up with that one. What kind of a pun are you looking for with King?
I don't know. Oh, here, I've got one. I just need McFall to strike him out, and then I'll hit you with the pun. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 1-2 count.
Brendan McFall, if you can hear us, Hank has a call that he would like to make. Get him on this
please. 1-2 count. Get him, McFall. Too far outside. It's a 2-2 count. Here it comes. 2-2 pitch to end the inning. McFall too low again.
I think you counter-jinxed him, Hank.
Oh, I really did. I was too greedy asking for it. I still believe, though. That's a pop fly. Di Maria tracking. Speed. No. Into the bullpen. Plays it safe. I mean, even with a diving play, I don't think you're getting there.
Maybe not, but that's a rare sighting of Di Maria's speed that you don't usually see, especially like on the bags. That is one of the few liabilities that he provides, is that the power of his bat is not matched by the speed of his legs. However, he was booking it out there to try and catch that foul ball.
I mean, we saw it the other day when he hit what he thought was a home run, but it hit the wall and he had to just sprint to second base. Oh, hit by pitch.
That's not quite a strikeout.
No, not at all. And McFall, maybe revolutionary tendencies as he tries to behead the king.
Oh, close enough.
Yeah.
He's looking like he's going to be done here today. 13 going to be replaced by 14. That's Jack Schwartz coming in for the Jumbos. So McFall's day will come to a close. Jack Schwartz coming in now. Schwartz has what is now the highest appearances out of any Jumbos pitcher. This is going to be appearance number 12, 22 innings pitched, 3.27 ERA. Some of my favorite numbers, as those the digits of my birthday.
And as Jack Schwartz exits the bullpen, the sun will exit the clouds. Just much nicer, much nicer. Can't deal with the wind and no sun.
No, you do need that boost, especially up here in the north. When it's just wind, no sun, it gets cold really quickly. Sun changes that almost instantaneously. I mean, it literally just came out, and I can feel heat. And it's not just the fastball of Jack Schwartz.
We're back to the meteorology talk. The weathercast with JumboCast. Jordan, the expert on magical tornadoes and
okay,
wiffle
it
balls.
was a theory. It was a theory. Theories have been proven wrong.
Many have, yes.
And mine is almost certainly incorrect, but it's fun to theorize. So discredit my fun all you would like. I am taking what I have. And what I have is a half thought out line that at the moment was pretty damn good.
All right. 3 pitches, 3 outs. I think I'll go with the dinners in 5 inning.
Dinners at 5 inning.
Dinners in 5.
In 5.
You know, you're playing backyard baseball with your friends, with your siblings. Mom says, "Hey, dinner's in 5," and so you're like, "All right, better get them in 3."
And the 4-pitch inning?
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
Yes.
Wow. That's aggressive. Interesting that 4 pitches and 3 outs is disappointing, but 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts is immaculate.
Yeah, no,
You stand by it?
yeah, I stand by that.
That might be more outlandish than my magical tornado theory.
Yeah, somewhere in between the magical tornado and the stacking bantups on top of one another.
lies the disappointing inning.
Schwartz trying to have an immaculate third of an inning in his relief appearance, and he gets him. Umpire made some drama out of it. It really had me guessing there, but that was a surefire strikeout looking for Jack Schwartz in his first batter faced. And we'll go into the bottom of the 6th.
I'm just realizing, Hank, that this would be the 6th inning sit-down because it's between the halves of the 6th. So I early called that one.
How dare you? Well, you
Quite
know,
the contrast to the
growing-
delayed call of a strikeout by a
growing
home plate
pains.
umpire. I'm new at this whole on-the-spot come up with a name of the inter-inning break. I'm no Andrew Howe. I'm no 5th inning flex.
I like the sit down though, because that's not like something you would think of right away.
6th inning sit down.
Yeah, I like that. What is the 6th inning? You need to
are we
think of a
starting?
topic.
Are we
You asked
starting
me.
of the
Let's
6th inning
change
sit
the
down now?
roles. You get fire away. I'll answer anything.
All right.
At all.
I mean, 6th inning sit down. There's only one thing that we can talk about here. For those of you regular viewers here at JumboCast, you might remember Henry Stahl from last week being the loud banging noise you heard when he realized that Nintendo Switch Sports was being released. Well, Hank, Nintendo Switch Sports has now been released. How is the game?
It's phenomenal. It is anything. I mean, it's what you expect. It's just Wii Sports continued in all its excellence. Do you want a ranking?
In
my ranking?
In all of its excellence,
Yes.
despite the fact that it does not have baseball.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Baseball and Wii Sports is really just way worse the actual wiffle ball we play.
Huh. Okay.
So I'd much rather just go and play that. Whereas bowling, expensive in real life, right? So great to have that. Badminton, who has badminton rackets? I used to, but their wiring
so
is probably
the answer
all.
is you.
Yes.
You have badminton rackets.
Tennis, great, but you know, in real life it gets exhausting. What else do we have? Chambara, sword fight. I mean, that you're never doing, of course. Then
volleyball and soccer.
Okay, volleyball, obviously better in real life, but
still pretty fun on the Switch.
Right, you can never get enough volleyball. And then soccer is basically just dumbed down Rocket League, which is fine by me.
True.
Did my mic catch that?
Let me do a quick check. Riley, are we live? That's a big thumbs up.
Oh, dang. Okay, we'll have to scratch that. I am in charge of the recordings, so maybe it'll just magically disappear.
Well,
new pitcher, number 11. Would you like to tell me a bit about him, Jordan?
Yep, that would be a sophomore. That's Sean Decker-Jacoby. Coming into
what
today.
Is that? What part is last name and what part is? Oh,
Decker-Jacoby. It's hyphenated. Coming into today, he has 8 appearances, 3 starts. Not going to be one today. 17 2/3 innings pitched and a 6.11 ERA. Something pretty consistent throughout the entirety of D3 baseball. Every pitcher's ERA has been practically between 4 and 7, and hitting has just been off the charts. That's why I see a lot of averages in the 300. So 300 averages have become less impressive. 400s is where it starts to become, okay, that's pretty damn good.
Bozella takes his base easily on a walk. Cortez now up to the plate. Can't sacrifice fly this time, so he'll have to put the ball in play. Take strike 1.
Oh, past 2 times up, he has 2 sac flies for 2 RBIs. He's pretty happy with those. With that out of the cards, maybe he's looking to put a little bit more behind his next swing and take 1 yard for what would be the Jumbo's 3rd home run of the day. As the long ball has certainly been great, and that one is definitely long.
Tracking his fry. Nice. Got it easily, and Bozella will trot his way back on over to first.
See, my favorite thing about fly balls to center field is you see how far they get, and all you can do is sit and say, damn, that one went anywhere else, where would it hit? And with a lefty, you look immediately to where they would pull. So you look out to right field where it is short at 309, and that kind of a swing is putting you, I don't know, maybe about to whatever mysterious crate-like structure we have back there. So, great swing, but not quite where you want to see it go.
Yep, Ben Leonard, 1 for 3 on the day, but that one hit, he made a count 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. Here he goes. It won't be a double play. He'll be out cleanly at first. That's Oppenheimer with a nice glove.
I think Bozello was moving before contact. So he might have been trying to steal a base there, and then the contact by Leonard just puts him in a great position to make it to second without that double play ball.
Absolutely. This Batgirl is doing a great job.
Can't deny
She's
that one.
Very efficient. Like a ghost.
No. Yeah. I mean, being a member of JumboCast, Hank, I mean, I think you'll be the biggest one to attest to this. You always have to have your eyes out in the audience to see what kind of what dogs you got lurking out there. And I can't help but notice golden retriever out to our left, trotting around like a king.
Catcher wanted that call. Decker Jacoby will have to tolerate with 1 ball on the board. Di Maria had just a single to lead off last inning. Dugout getting a little antsy. Just a 1-0 count. 2 outs. Man still on second. Di Maria. Team leader in RBI. Oh, strike. Strike number 1. Looked a bit out of the zone.
I think it had just enough of the outside corner there. Enough to get Di Maria not to swing and enough to stay in the zone for a strike.
Decker Jacoby looks at second, but goes for the pitch. It's a pop-up.
High and in play.
Hall took his mask off, but could not track the ball. His teammates had to come in and try and help him, but Decker Jacoby, you know, moving at a full sprint with a pop-up going that high, didn't have much luck with it.
Technically speaking, there's no way that you could possibly rule that in E2, but in my mind, that's 100% in E2. That's directly above the catcher Hall. He takes off his mask. He shrugs like, I don't know where that is. I can't see it. So he has to ask for some help out there from his pitcher, Decker Jacoby, and even the third baseman, King, both of which came sprinting in to try and make any play on that. Decker Jacoby did a great job. Almost caught it. It was just behind him, but that should have been Hall's ball all the way. We should be heading to the top of the 7th right now, but
that ball
Maria's
got a
getting
car
second
on the
life.
bounce.
All right, at it, Riley. 10 points to the score. That's a joke. We're still in discussions about whether or not we want the graphic. I think we should have it. If you have any thoughts, fans, put it in the comments section. Let us know what you think. Would you like a parking lot score?
It sounds like women's lacrosse won.
Well, if I'm looking at that correctly, I think that says 14-2.
Well, I'm
So,
hearing celebration.
I think
over
that
the
would be a win.
speakers Is mostly.
14-8, I'm being told. That's still a pretty definitive win. Nope.
Di Maria definitely didn't go on that one. The Tufts dugout, in their unbiased opinions, say Di Maria didn't go. I mean, he definitely didn't, but full count. Decker Jacoby trying to get his first strikeout on the board. DeMaria up. Trying to keep the Jumbos alive. Runner on second. He'll take his ball 4.
It's a great at-bat there from DeMaria. Was granted a blessing of second life after what should have been a pop-out to the catcher was dropped and just given to him as a couple of extra more pitches to see, and after that nothing was in the strike zone. He had one foul. It's something that I, from this angle at least, looked to be outside that he fouled back, but stayed alive, kept fighting, and ends up on the bags.
And the lineup keeps getting stronger. 2 men on with Miles Reed up to the plate. Pops one, way foul. No cars. Miles Reed, with his hit on the day, is now only 5 away from tying the Tufts single-season hit record at 61.
Probably not enough time left in this game to get there, although you never know. Jumbos could burst out, but he could definitely chip away at what record he is chasing.
Only walks so far, but there's a hit. Miles Reed will bat in Bozella, and that's the 10th run for the Jumbos on their 12th hit of the day.
And now Reed is only 4 hits away from breaking that record, or tying that record? Tying that record for most hits by a Jumbo in a single season. And Jimmy Evans now coming up to bat, having an incredible day and looking to keep that going now with 2 men on.
Evans up to the plate, the lefty looks at strike 1. 2 outs, Decker Jacoby trying to get through his first full inning of the day in his relief appearance for Newman. I imagine it's the green light for Jimmy Evans. No one on third.
Maybe not at a pitch at your head. No, probably not one to swing at, although, you know, you do see it every now and then as a defense mechanism. I mean, you have a ball moving quickly that's a solid object coming at your head. You definitely have to be like, eek, and do what you can to just protect yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of practice with that after taking pitches from Riley and wiffle ball the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do we have experience with that, Hank? How many were you hit by again? What was it?
Only a few. Like
0?
No, I
0?
got hit before. I got hit.
Yeah.
And how many
remind
did
me
you
again,
get
how many times was I hit by a pitch?
I mean, 3 in 1 plate appearance, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. And total was 8, 9? 9 total?
You might have hit double digits.
Maybe. That's why
But who's
the Bantam
counting?
legend himself, Scott Blatt, had to come in and pitch, and then proceeded to
Bantam
walk the
legend.
next 3. I mean, what else would you like to call him? He will forever be, in my mind, known as the
All-around
Bantam
great
Man.
guy, Scott Blatt.
He will forever be known as the Bantam Man. A man who thought that 15 stacks of 4 Bantams high could take down an elephant.
Jimmy Evans grounds out to Oppenheimer. That'll end the inning. 2 men left on base, but 1 run scored on the RBI single from Reed. Jumbos are still up 7 as we enter the top of the 7th inning.
Well, Hank, if I see that correctly, I think we're having a pitching change here. Jack Schwartz only going to end up facing that 1 batter. And I believe that's number 31. That's Connor Podeswa, the freshman, the 2-way playing freshman, in fact, who has started to see most of his time now as a pitcher instead of the third base that we have come to see him play. Really hasn't seen any time at third base ever since Patrick Solomon's walk-off grand slam. But he does have that potential in him, and now he's out here in relief for the Jumbos coming into the 7th inning with a 7-run lead. Pretty healthy, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to blunder this one. It's been all tough so far. I mean, not only the lead, but really just the way the ball's coming off their bats. 2 home runs on the day. Even Mike Corey, the star of the Brandeis team, has 2 strikeouts to his name, so struggling to get him going. And they'll need him if they're going to have this game comeback. Up to bat, we've got Kennedy, then Roberts, then Nugent.
And then Corey due up 4th after that. So Pedezwa can't start getting things working for him. He might have a potential dangerous situation where he faces Corey with runners on. Pedezwa has been one of the better pitchers for this Jumbos lineup, though. Can't deny him that. I mean, starting off the season, he was easily the best starting pitcher. Then some of that greenness, you know, being a freshman started to wear off, or started to show, rather. And other teams started reading him better, producing hits. Inevitably, hits turned into runs. And he started falling off, so the Jumbos moved away from him as one of their options, went to some of their more senior pitchers in Volgende returning to a starting role, McFall seeing some more outings, and Cameron Mayer as well. But with a healthy lead, playoffs approaching, you're trying to get guys in, keep them fresh, keep the arms healthy, and, you know, capable of being thrown in at a moment's notice, and that's exactly what I think is trying to be done here with Pedezwa.
Got him swinging for the first strike against Kennedy. Liam Kennedy takes the breaking ball swinging. Takes it swinging. That seems like an oxymoronic term.
I have to agree with you on that one, Hank.
He grounded out to first base his last time up. And no control on that pitch from Pedezwa.
You know, you'd like to attribute that to the newness of a pitcher, the fact that he's a freshman, but that's been one of the things that you've seen with the Jumbos all season long, is that they'll get ahead in counts, and then on the strikeout pitch, they go in for the kill, they just get overexcited. Emotions kind of get the better of them, and then they bounce a ball that could have ended an inning, could have ended an at-bat, instead breathe second life into the opposing hitters.
Absolutely. Pedezwa, curveball, staying alive is Kennedy. But what pitcher, especially young pitchers, don't want to get a guy looking on a curveball, you know?
I mean, a Mets fan, we have 2 of the best curveballs in the league in DeGrom, who kind of just, you know, has the best everything in the league when it comes to pitchers, and Lugo.
Kennedy swinging at everything, and it costs him. He'll go down and not able to steal first base.
Drop pitch strikeout. You do have an opportunity as the runner to try and get down to a base, but I mean, as Kennedy took his first step out to move towards first base, he looked, and there's just a ball at the ground. Like, it's less than a foot away from where you are. There's no chance you can beat that one out.
Pedezwa seems very happy with the curveballs and sliders. He'll go for pitch number 2 after 1 ball. Fastball low, doesn't get it. It's a 2-0 count. Roberts is up to bat. Not many plate appearances on the season, but has been productive thus far. Going back, Cortez trying getting it, but no. That'll be right on the green. And on base for the second time today after getting hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. is Roberts with Nugent up to bat.
That's something you like to see if you're, if you're Brandeis. Roberts is listed as a pitcher, has most of his games played and appearances as a pitcher. He only had 2 at-bats coming into today with 1 hit, so he was hitting .500, and now he's proving that he is a weapon that you can shift wherever you need him to be, and that's the kind of versatility that any team is happy to have in your lineup.
Podeswa finding the strike zone. It's fouled off by Nugent. Nugent, a single to his name with 2 ground outs. So making good contact with the 1-1 count. Hoping not to get a double play, but speaking of, Jumbos can't turn 2. The speed of Nugent gets him in safely.
I mean, great job by Nugent, able to leg himself safe to first on what seemed to be a double play ball. I mean, so much so that Roberts didn't even try to be safe at second. I mean, the ball was picked up by Bozella, and Roberts immediately turned out of the base path. Like, you had every chance there. You were far enough, in my opinion, at least, to try and slide and end any chance of being any outs. Instead, just runs out of the baseline. I'm just baffled by that decision.
2 outs with Mike Corey up to the plate. Oh, thought it was too far inside, but that's a strike. Mike Corey got it going last inning with a single, but we have yet to see his crazy 756 slugging. Wow, just saying that number is insane. And on the wild pitch, I'm having a bit of deja vu here as Nugent will advance.
3rd time today, I believe, that you've had a runner on first, 2 outs, and a wild pitch moves the runner over to second. I mean, with the speed of Nugent, it's not quite a difference than having him on first. I mean, unless it comes to a real nail-biter play at the plate, I really don't think there's going to be any change. And with the way that Podeswa is owning Corey right now, I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon.
Corey wants to keep it alive, trying to avoid his 3rd strikeout on the day. Podeswa takes a look at second, checking the runner, goes, breaking ball. Corey is fine.
That
no gloves.
Was one of the luckiest pieces of contact I think I have seen in my
and he's glad it's
baseball watching campaign. I mean, that ball broke about somewhere between 8 and 10 inches, and Corey just ever so barely got a slice of it.
Here's the 1-2. And that one he missed by a mile. I guess it is lucky if it doesn't happen twice. Podeswa gets out of the inning with the 3rd strikeout on Mike Corey. The Jumbos have been feasting with 4 different pitchers on the day. And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch. So, Jordan, you want to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
I don't think I will be doing that. JumboCast, we do have some singers, most notably Sam Brill, member of the gospel choir.
Yes.
I am not one of those.
Oh, no, okay.
My singing limitations are applied exclusively to 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. car rides where I'm singing, such legendary songs like
as
Drift Away, Uncle Cracker.
No, I can't.
Photograph by Nickelback.
Okay, sure.
You know that
yes.
one? Yeah. Those are my late night car jams. Okay. Hank, what about you? What do they sing all the way up north in Minnesota?
Well, I'm a big fan of show tunes, musicals, but
actually,
if we're talking about music, we're missing a concert right now. It's Spring Fling at Tufts. They've got two indie artists leading off. Maybe I should have looked up their names first. One woman who went here, right?
Yeah.
She dropped out of Tufts, and now she's performing at Spring Fling.
She did.
She
did.
Okay.
Wish I could tell you her name. Ella Jean?
Ella Jean, there you go. And then the other guy.
Buried somewhere in my mind.
It's not his name, but he has,
the
like.
guy? Dayglow?
There's this. Dayglow, there you go.
Dayglow's a band, Hank. It's not a
well,
guy.
I saw one of their music videos, and it was just a guy.
Well, I mean, everyone's got a front man, but.
Okay.
A front man.
Sure. Thanks for correcting me on
but
that.
You left out
Ella
the
Jean,
headliner.
Ella Jean, yeah, I'm getting to that. I know who the headliners are. Ella Jean,
and the headliner is
Dayglow, then Bia, and Amine.
There you go.
So,
well
where would you rank them if you even know their music?
Well,
though apparently you do. You seem to know everything about them.
Yeah. So Amine, I do in fact know his social security number. It is
what?
Digits. Yeah, no, I don't know him super well. In fact, I don't know like any of these guys or girls, these performers super well. I've been criticized many a time for my mostly mainstream music, and these folks are anything but. I mean, Ella Jean, she's up and coming. She has one hit song, so I've been told, and plenty more on the way. She's young.
Sure. I mean, I feel like Bia is the up and comer.
Is she?
Yeah. She's had a few features. She had J. Cole as a feature, I think, on one of her songs.
She's big enough to get J. Cole?
She's collabed with, I think, like Nicki Minaj. So
wow.
I think a year from now, many more people will know Bia than Amine, if that's not already true. Though I know one of her songs, so. Oppenheimer has been putting in overtime. A lot of ground outs to him. Strike two for Decker Jacoby. He's got one batter down already. 2 strikes. All him. Tries to go for the same pitch. Not the same result. That's ball 2.
That's one of the key features of Solomon is he really doesn't see 2 pitches in a row the exact same way. If you fool him with one, if you try and go back to it, he's not really going to be fooled. Just like you see there, that's 3 pitches that were essentially the same. That he took one, then saw the other one missed because it was in the same exact spot. This one moved more into the strike zone, doesn't get fooled, swings, try and get some kind of a contact and fouled it off. He's a tough hitter.
Once again, not falling for the breaking ball, low in the zone. Solomon gets himself to a full count. Solomon, deep right in front of the center field. And he'll get the first hit of this inning after the ground out by Noon.
Great piece of hitting there from Solomon. Like I said, he was a very adaptive hitter, so he sees relatively the same pitch every single pitch that he saw in that at-bat was practically the same. He saw a couple of fastballs, but mostly everything he saw was off speed, and once the first one got him, he really had it figured out, wasn't getting fooled by any of the other ones, had perfect reads on it, in and out of the zone, and then the second that he had something in, took his shot, swung, had a nice liner into center field to get himself on base.
Sowell going for the single, can't get it. He'll be relieved quickly on one pitch. And now Bozella trying to keep this inning alive and not leave Patrick Solomon stranded on second base.
I mean, Bozella's having a great day himself as well. Double 2 walks, or double single and a walk, my bad. He's 2 hits short of the super cycle.
True. The 2 hardest hits, though.
Triple and a home run, and if he manages to pull those 2 off and get hit by a pitch, he's completed the on base cycle. The
True. Do you think
rarely ever seen on base cycle.
take strike one? Do you know how many homers he has on the season?
I believe 0.
How about triples?
I am unfamiliar with that one, but I can get you a number in a second.
I'm going to bet 0, considering how many plate appearances he's had. But hey, now's as good a time as any. Did we ever rank the Spring Fling artists?
I don't think we did, and I don't think we're going to. I don't know enough to feel comfortable ranking them. I would need some dedicated time to all of those artists in order to come to a
All right, stay on topic, Jordan.
conclusion.
There are
That's
two
you. You're the
two
one
outs.
off topic right now.
I don't remember bringing that up. Nate Bozella trying to keep this inning going. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's high, and it's definitely foul. Will it be caught in left field? No. Nugent couldn't get to it.
So I have your answer for you, Hank. Bozella has 1 extra base hit on the season, and it's a home run.
Wow.
So
okay,
I was
there you go.
incorrect with my prediction of 0 for home run numbers. He does
Well,
have 1, and
I mean, he has
but
2
no
extra
triples.
base hits now.
That is correct. That double would double the total.
Clearly, your stats aren't up to date. You should fix that.
Today's
All right,
stats
2
haven't
strikes.
been accounted for.
Got him swinging. Bozella ends the inning on a strikeout.
That was a beauty.
Yeah, good pitching by Decker Jacoby in his relief appearance. Has been more productive than Newman. Maybe should have came in earlier, but I am the general manager of JumboCast, not of Brandeis baseball, so I won't judge.
Ha 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 ha
There you go.
ha
I'll say it was intended.
ha ha. So funny.
You seem, I get the feeling that's a sarcastic laugh, Jordan.
Oh, what gave that away, Hank?
I don't know. I'm very tuned in.
Tuned in,
I can-
like
I
all
can-
of our
I can-
viewers are to this JumboCast broadcast.
There you go.
See, not funny.
I thought it was.
You would. Well, Pedez was still out there.
Yep. Could very well close this game. I mean, they've gone through 4 pitchers, though. Pretty low pitch count for everyone.
Bullpen's quite quiet, so I'll agree.
Now it's men's
Do we have
lacrosse
a,
who's going to take Bello Field.
Believe they're top rated in the NESCAG? Or is that the women's lacrosse team? I think it might be the women's lacrosse
It could
team.
be both. I mean, Tufts just beat Bowdoin.
Oh,
over
it's
the
both.
week. Yes. Yeah, I think it must have been Bowdoin right before the men's lacrosse. Oh, Solomon can't quite reel the hard grounder in. And that's a quick single for Hall, Luke Hall.
That's a tough one-hopper there for Solomon. It bounces. You can only get your hands so close to your chest to try and catch that ball in your glove. Nothing you can do about that one. It just bounces ever so slightly above your glove, hits you in the chest. He did the best that he could to try and keep it in front of him to recover and make a throw, but I mean, when it hits you that high, it doesn't have a lot of space to move other than over your shoulder, and at that point it's too far away for you to try and make a play at first, but just close enough where you can keep the runner there.
Dan Fry looks at strike 1. Dan Fry, not quite the outing he would like. He has 2 deep flyouts to center field and left. And a walk got him on base. Also scored after his teammates hitting. 1 of 3 runs for Brandeis. Nice curveball by Podeswa. It's now 1-1 count. Good contact. Turning 2 is Cortez. And they've got it. The 4-6-3. And quickly 2 down for the Jumbos.
Excellent job there by Cortez. Picks up the ball, takes a quick glance over to second, and once he realizes he has more than enough time to get the out, instantly turns, makes the play over to Bozella. Bozella with more than enough time to turn towards first to get the out there as well. And that hard grounder has been eliminated.
A timely wild pitch by Podeswa as there's no longer a base runner to advance. Oppenheimer has had a great defensive day. Seen plenty of balls come his way, but no errors. He's got a bunt that advanced the runners and also a sacrifice hit to the second baseman, which scored. Oppenheimer, big swing, doesn't get much of it.
You touched on it, Hank, that Oppenheimer has 2 sacks today, one being a fielder's choice that brought home a run and the other being a bunt. That's what makes this guy a captain on his own team. It's, you know, it's not the stats that he has. I mean, his stats are fine as is, not quite to the level of some of his teammates like Mike Corey, but it's the personality of the player to be asked to just put the ball in play rather than try and boost your own stat line that has really put him in a position to be called captain.
Oppenheimer, a shorter stature, doesn't get the strike call with it high in the zone. Podeswa trying to finish on the full count. Got him. Ball barely dropped, but just for assurance, Di Maria will reel that one in, and that's a swinging strikeout. Podeswa's pumped up. He's ready for this game to be over as Tufts maintains their 7-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th.
Do we have an 8th inning call, Hank? No? Okay.
I don't think so, though I'm always down to talk about anything other than baseball, which makes me sound
against baseball.
Right? No, I do love baseball, but you gotta freshen things up.
How could you not love baseball?
It's just like, I mean,
things are going so well for us, Hank. I'm a Mets fan. The Mets are doing fantastic. Twins fan. The Twins are doing Twins
doing
things.
Fantastic. Yes, you can say they're doing fantastic.
They're
as well.
in a mid-tier division with not a lot of competition outside of the White Sox, and I mean, sure they lead, but
you gotta win the easy games too.
Who do they really have besides Byron Buxton?
Luis Arias.
Okay, so that's one name.
Joe Ryan, pitcher.
Who?
Joe Ryan.
Who?
Best looking player in the MLB.
Wow.
Yes.
Joe Ryan, if you hear this, you have a fan. Well, that's 2. You don't have a home run derby champ like Pete Alonso.
Okay, jeez. On defense, Carlos Correa has been great.
Yes, but you also have Gary Sanchez. So
he doesn't even play.
Those kind of cancel out.
Ryan Jeffers, baby, all the way. I don't think.
We'll stick with Buxton and call it at that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry we have the best player in the league.
Wow, that's
not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
That is a hot take.
No, it's not.
I think Byron Buxton is great. I'd put him in the top 5 center fielders. I would not call him the best player in the league.
Right now, I would say he's the AL MVP frontrunner.
AL MVP.
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, maybe. Certainly a possibility. I think CJ Crone has him beat right now in terms of best player. He's doing everything that Byron Buxton is doing except stealing bases, and what he isn't having in stolen bases, he's making up for with hits. You know what? I'll even take Stephen Kwan over Byron Buxton. But it's not about those guys right now, is it? No, not at all. Kyle Cortez.
Trying to add some insurance runs, as this will most likely be the last time you see this Tufts batting lineup. Knock on wood. Cortez taking it deep. It finds grass. Finally gets the hit. The bench is loving it.
I think the benches might be cheering a lot more for the man coming up to bat. Jumbo's fans, you might recognize number 9 as Lap, the freshman, as he's listed on the roster. However, this is not Lap coming in today. This is your senior coming in today, Lucas Gustafson. And I think the roar of the crowd has proven me right. Gustafson's been dealing with an injury all year long, but on senior day, you want a chance to get your guys in there, show them how much they mean to the team, and right now it's Gustafson's moment.
Hesitant on that swing, takes strike 1.
Well, to be fair, he is a pitcher, but as I said, injured, so he's not really in a position to come in and pitch. So maybe he's an unseasoned batter who's just being given a chance now so that you put him in the game.
It takes strike 2. The dugout is having the time of their life.
I'd love to see him keep battling in this at-bat and put one in play, see how crazy they get. Maybe they storm first base.
Poised like he's been here before.
Oh,
he takes one.
Oh,
that
let
might
it drop.
No. It'll be caught easily by Corey, but great contact from Gustafson. And the dugout will escort him back to where he belongs after a great senior day at-bat.
I'm all for competitive baseball, but the smile on my face right now would have been even bigger if Corey just let that one fall. I mean, yeah, keep it competitive. 7 runs, I suppose, is comebackable in 1/2 of an inning. Maybe not with the way that Pedez was been pitching, and it's looking like he's going to close. I mean, I would have liked that to have been a hit so badly.
Di Maria takes ball 1. Cortez still lingering on first base after all that action. Di Maria sends it high flying. Corey will just jog back to the wall. Di Maria puts 2 more on the board. Jumbos are up 9, and that's got to be the dagger.
I think the dagger came, 4-5 innings ago when the Jumbos put up their the 4-run 4th. I think that might have ended up being it, but that will certainly bury this game even further in the ground. I mean, you could hear it off the sound of the bat. You know Di Maria has that kind of power. And when you look up in the air, I mean, I looked to see where that ball peaked, and that was about 80% of the way through this field. At that point, you're just nothing you can do but sit back and say, all right, arrivederci, catch you next semester. Now Miles Reed looking to add to the dent that he is putting in the single season record.
Brandeis definitely looking a little discouraged, losing hope that they could pull off a miraculous comeback. Miles Reed having a discussion with the third base coach as who called time on that?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, Hank. I looked away for a quick second because I started seeing some action in the bullpen.
Oh, okay.
So I was.
All right. So what's the bullpen intel?
The bullpen intel is that there is a right-handed pitcher throwing in the bullpen right now. I see what might be a potential number 5.
So you didn't see who called time, and you didn't see who's in the bullpen.
Well, actually, I did, and I was incorrect. It was not a 5, it was a 6, and that's Stephen Landry, one of the other seniors we have today. I expected him to make an appearance, so I probably should have taken a shot in the dark that it was him, but
Miles Reed,
now I will
righty.
confirm it for you. It is Stephen Landry.
Miles Reed with the clear base paths. There's the 0-2 count. Fouls, stays alive with Decker Jacoby's off speed. The umpire has run out of baseballs. Lots of fouls. I'm sure there's some under cars in the back of a pickup truck.
Well, maybe not. I mean, you can't forget about the
freshmen
who don't see a lot of playing time, sit out, waiting for the foul balls, go pick them up from the parking lot.
And the 3 balls that have gone beyond the fences.
Certainly can't forget those.
Yeah.
Those ones probably not under cars.
Miles Reed on the 0-2 count, pops one for a single into left field.
3 away. 3 away with plenty of time left in the season. Or maybe not plenty, but minimum 1 game. That's all you really need if you're Miles Reed to tie that record and then hit a 4th one to break it for single season hits for
What's
any
the Jumbo's
player.
Schedule looking like going forward?
Well, I believe they have, this is the last game before playoffs. And then from there, I am not entirely familiar with the format for how playoffs work, but I believe it's single elimination games up until the championship, and the championship is best of 3.
So you're telling me he's not going to break the hits record?
Well, I'm saying that he has at least 1 more game to play, and 1 game is all you need to hit 3. I mean,
well,
that's 4 hits today
run
for him?
into the playoffs?
Yeah,
Miles Reed trying to steal.
Playoffs.
He's in clean lead. There were some extracurriculars on the bag, but he'll be called safe.
I think what might have happened there is contact was made before, I think that's the second baseman, Oppenheimer, had the ball. So contact was made before he had the ball. Reed then gets a foot on the bag, tagged once Oppenheimer has the ball, and when Reed momentarily came off of it, it's after Oppenheimer had already flipped over him and contact was removed. So, stolen base goes down in the books for Miles Reed.
Here's Jimmy Evans with the 1-1 count. Let's go high. Jimmy Evans swings, takes it off the foot, definitely in some pain.
That one's gonna sting.
It'll be a foul, 2-2 count. So he walks it off, stays strong in the box. Looks like he'll continue.
I'm not gonna say that there's ever an opportune time to foul a ball off your foot, but out in the bullpen, wild pitch got away from whoever's out there catching, almost rolled onto the field. So you certainly enjoy that there's a pause and you don't have to take away whatever might have happened on the next pitch because of a ball that's rolled in play. Is one of the small flaws out here in Huskins. The bullpen is not protected. So you do have the occasional interference that might pop up.
Decker Jacoby with the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Evans swinging, got him. Tried to check it, but knew he went. And after the unfortunate foul off the foot, he'll be relieved for probably his last at-bat of the game.
I didn't think there was much of a need there to defer. Everything seemed pretty straightforward that there was was going to end up being a strike called there. Going to have another pinch hitter in here for the Jumbos. That's John Fritz. Fritz, an outfielder. One of the rarest things that you might see out of any player. Bats right, throws left.
Interesting.
No, you'll occasionally see bats left, throws right. Plenty of those in the majors. Freddie Freeman probably the most well-known for that. But not a lot of bats right, throws left. Here he is, John Fritz.
Fouls the first one off. That'll make it to the parking lot. Bounce, clear, and rolls on a few hoods, but no permanent damage. Decker Jacoby has the advantage with 1 strike, 2 down. Miles Reed still stranded on second base after his steal. Here's the pitch. Got him with the slider.
Fritz didn't like that one. He stepped in, wanted to take, and then took a look back at the umpire as he called strike and said, I'm not sure.
Little outside. Fritz, check swing. We'll have to run to first. But that'll be it as the Jumbos end the bottom of the 8th and go in just to play defense and hope to not give up 9 runs that would tie this game and send them to the bottom of the 9th.
We're going to see, I'm going to do quick math. I think it's going to be 3 or 4 changes defensively for the Jumbos here. Let's see. So Stephen Landry's into pitch. Connor Flavin's playing first. Jackson Duffy's going out into left field. I don't think there's any change behind the plate. Hank, do you can you take a look at that? You're a little bit closer. Do you see a 28 or do you see an 11, maybe even a 26 for whoever's catching?
I cannot see. I am 2 feet closer than you, and they are about 70 feet away. So you can do the math. That's like 5% closer. It's less, 3%.
5% more of a likelihood for you to know who that is. However, isn't going to make too much of a difference. Don't really care a whole lot as to who's catching Stephen Landry because it's senior day and none of our catchers are seniors. So it's the Stephen Landry show right now as we head into the top of the 9th, looking to put a cap on this one. Jumbo's up by 9, so plenty of wiggle room if things start to get dicey. But I think we'd all like to see this one end with, what did we decide a 3-pitch was called?
Dinner in 5.
Dinner at 5.
Dinner in 5.
What about
Not
lunch at
5.
3?
Dinner in 5. It's not at. It's in.
Dinner in 5?
Yes. Like 5 minutes. Like
okay.
coming quickly.
Okay, but I'm suggesting lunch
Please
at
do not.
3.
Okay.
I'm suggesting lunch at 3.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's get lunch at 3. Unfortunately, they won't let us into the Spring Fling concert. Maybe we can walk past and see
what's going on.
Yep.
Maybe. See, you know, we wouldn't have to have lunch at 3 had someone brought us food from the food truck.
True. Why don't we just go to the food truck?
Well, I mean, now it's out of principle, right? No one brought us food from the food truck despite asking thrice.
King up to bat. Last time he was hit by a pitch. He also has a 2 RBI single to his name on the day. Let's see what Landry can do with the 0-1 count. Nice breaking ball, finds the bottom of the zone. Even King knew it. That was a nasty breaking pitch. Landry goes with the same pitch, got him swinging. Strikeout Landry. That's the first of what should be the last 3 outs of this game.
Excellent performance so far from Stephen Landry. Nothing more to say about it. Jumbo said it best
pitching.
when Jumbo made the elephant noise that I'm not going to try to mimic.
Drew Michaud. It is a pinch hitter. Number 13, Justin Keeler. A freshman. Wild pitch from Landry. We've seen plenty of those today. Maybe it's the cold. Can't quite grip.
Maybe. Could definitely be. I'm more focused on Keeler at the moment. Just took a quick look at his stats. He has 3 at-bats and 2 hits, so a whopping 667 batting average, which Landry is looking to drop down to 5.
Oh yeah, Landry's really feeling that breaking ball. It's a 1-2 count. He could do what he did last time, go back-to-back breaking balls, or it does look like he went for a slider or a changeup there. Maybe he mixes in the heat. We'll see. Seems very comfortable pitching into what could be ground balls or strikeout swinging. It's 1 out, 2 strikes. There's the fastball, but way out of the zone.
Get away from him.
Steven Landry. He's got 2 balls, 2 strikes. And with a nice snag, great reaction by Landry. He'll underhand it.
That was the play that McFall missed earlier, jumping up trying to pick that ball out of the air. McFall wasn't able to get it. Landry, however, snatched that one, picked off.
And flips it to Connor Flavin, who's now at first base for De Maria.
Well, Judge is now down to their final out. And down 9. It's certainly looking grim.
This could be the funeral at bat for the Judge's appearance here at Huskins. They hosted the Jumbos yesterday and gave up 16 runs. And today, the Jumbos hosted them and put up another 12. And Jimmy Evans, after his home run, will end that with the catch. And after 18 runs in just 2 games, the Jumbos are ending.
I'd check that number. Not 18 in 2 games.
Exactly.
That's
28
in 2 games.
I was thinking that number seemed low. 28 runs in 2 games. The Jumbos will end this series against the Brandeis Judges and end their season, as well as they will head into NESCAC play.
NESCAC play. Playoff season, baby. And no better time than the present. The Jumbos are coming off of 3 games where they have posted double-digit runs for a combined, quick math tells me 46 combined runs in 3 games. Absolutely incredible. And we'll see how they fare heading into NESCAC play later on next week.
I'm Henry Stahl, joined by Jordan Burke on color, with the amazing Riley Daniel directing. Thank you, and we will see you next time.